Well, guys, man, the Cleveland Browns, man, their fans are showing their frustrations with Kevin Stefanski and Joe Flacco after their week 1 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, 17-16. It's a lot of blaming going around and a lot of finger pointing. But we're going to unpack all that here next, here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, I'm here to tell you, man, these Cleveland Brown fans, man, they're going crazy, man, in the city of Cleveland, man. After the Cleveland Browns dropped their season opener to the Cincinnati Bengals, 17-16. And there's a lot of fans showing their frustration with Kevin Stefanski and Joe Flacco. Now, we all see what unfolded. We all see what unfolded in that game. And it seems like Cleveland Browns can't get out their own way as an organization. They can't get out of the way as a team, man. They always finding ways to lose. When it comes to the kicking game, when it comes to the receivers dropping balls, when it comes to clock management, when it comes to ball security. And I've always told you guys about in previous videos, man, you have to secure the ball. Now, the Cleveland Browns have the quarterback one in Joe Flacco. He's an aging veteran at 40 years old. We don't know how much how much he got left in the tank. And then you have your backup quarterback in Dylan Gabriel. He played damn near 6 years in college. And then you have Shedeur Sanders as your emergency backup. And, there's already reports out there that Shedeur Sanders most likely won't play this year unless there's some things that's going to change. But the way game 1 went against the Cincinnati Bengals, a lot of fans in Cleveland want that change now, sooner than later. They want Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns organization to give these rookies a shot when it comes to Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. But preferably, these people want Shedeur Sanders as their QB1. Now, he was a 5th-round pick, like everybody says. They said this is the reason why he's getting treated the way he's getting treated, because he is a 5th-round pick. But we all know Shedeur Sanders is not a 5th-round talent. We all know Shedeur Sanders is a 1st to 2nd round NFL talent as a quarterback. We know what Shedeur Sanders can bring to the table. We know what Shedeur Sanders is capable of doing. And with that being said, Shedeur Sanders protects the ball. I've always told y'all, we go back to preseason. Even though Shedeur Sanders got sacked 5 times against the Los Angeles Rams, he protected the ball. We saw what Dylan Gabriel did. 2 turnovers in preseason. For a pick 6 and then a fumble. Now we go to game 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Cleveland Browns defense played lights out. And they had all the opportunities to win the game. And they had the ball in Joe Flacco's hand. Now, as an aging veteran at 40 years old, you're asking Joe Flacco to throw the ball 45 times. He was 31 of 45. He threw for 290 yards, but he only averaged 6.4 yards per reception. He had the 1 TD, but also you got to understand something. The TD he threw to Cedric Tillman was his first TD, but he had 2 picks that was costly. And then the pick that he threw late in the game that potentially had a chance for them to win the game or at least set them up to get a field goal. And I've always talked about ball placement. Joe Flacco throws the ball. He threw it low and away, and it made it tough for the receiver to get his hands underneath, and the ball tipped up, and the DB got a pick. But I've always said it's about ball security. So through the course of this game, if you was following X, Twitter X, man, fans was letting it be known what they was going through and things that they were saying and the frustration that was mounting and building up against Kevin Stefanski and this Cleveland Browns organization. But before we get off into that, we've partnered up with Underdog Fantasy here on Football Time. You guys, do me a favor, man. When you sign up, use my promo code SBD23. For first-time deposits, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. And make sure you're following me, because starting next week, I will be sharing my picks with certain players on the over and unders so you can win yourself some extra cash. But this is a word from our sponsor.
Underdog Fantasy is the best way to play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the easiest way to get in on some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, win you some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and win some serious cash. Use my promo code SBD23 and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Now that it's football time, follow Simply Ball Dropping as I share my picks. Like I said, pick your player, choose your amount, win money, make picks, win cash. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us, and thank you for using promo code SBD23 on Underdog Fantasy.
Well, guys, with that being said, man, let's take a look at, man, what's going on Twitter X, man. This is what they were saying on X, man. Quarterback FLACCO still throwing costly interception. He has not able to run out of the pocket for critical NFL yardage pickup. Wide receiver Jerry Jeudy and Tillman dropped 5 critical balls. God help the Browns if Jeudy is our number 1 receiver. Let's see much more with wide receiver Thrash, Bond, Carter. Reduce Jerry Jeudy and Tillman's roles. Moreover, the Browns still have costly bad kickers that cost us unnecessary losses. Now let's go to what else they were saying. One guy said, why didn't the head coach have a few plays for Sanders and Gabriel? They are young and can run the ball for 2 yards. Everybody knows FLACCO can't run SHIT with the smoke emoji. Then somebody put in there, recap, start Shedeur Sanders. The Browns always find a way to lose, and you need a winning mentality. And that's what Shedeur Sanders brings to the table, is a winning mentality. Now let's listen to what Kevin Stefanski said after the heartbreaking loss. Let's take a listen.
To come away with a loss in that game, can't be -2 versus a good football team, and that's really the story of the football game. Tip balls, and we got to play cleaner. Now, there's 1,000 things that we can do better from a coaching staff, from a player standpoint, but we have to do a better job securing that rock. We obviously missed a field goal, missed an extra point. Those are points in these type of games that you have to come away with. So, it hurts, and you don't when you feel like you're doing some good things. Now, having said that, you have a division game next week, right back at it. So this team understands that these hurt, but we'll learn from it. We'll watch the tape. We'll recommit to the thing and understand that we have to do a better job in a bunch of different areas, but really proud of a lot of the performance from these guys, proud of effort from these guys, but it's just frustrating not to ultimately go out there, frustrating not to come away with a win.
You talk about how Joe played for you and just kind of kept coming back at it.
I thought he saw it well. I thought, I thought he saw it well. Got the ball to the correct people a lot of the time. Mary Kay gave guys opportunity to catch and run. But yeah, frustrated for him and for everybody.
Those deflected passes, did you think both of those should have been caught by your receivers?
Listen, if you ask those guys, they're going to say yes. Jerry and Sed are our 2 best receivers. We are counting on them. We will always be counting on them, and they will come through for this football team. I have zero doubt about that. Zero.
Now, you heard what Kevin Stefanski had to say. He was frustrated himself, and he said, man, we have to clean up a lot of things, man. And he was really alluding to, the turnovers. The turnovers, man, you got to secure the ball. He said, we got to play cleaner. But, I'm getting word from multiple sources, man, out there in Cleveland, man. They want change, man. They want Kevin Stefanski and this organization to turn over the keys to the young guys, man, to let the young guys ball out, man. Joe Flacco is 40 years old, man. That ship has sailed, man. Now you're going into next week against the Baltimore Ravens, and that's another tough game. And the way the Cleveland Browns played today, they had all the opportunities to win the game, man. But Joe Flacco failed to get the job done, man. 2 costly turnovers, man. You got to move the ball, and you got to secure the ball. Cleveland Browns defense played lights out. They gave Joe Flacco on the offense all the ammunition to win this game. Yeah, you missed the extra point on the TD, but at the same time, man, Joe Flacco throwing the ball 45 times, 290 yards, but it goes to show that nothing's going downfield. It's all dip and dunk. Average 6.4 yards, per reception, man, on 290 yards, in the air. And you threw the ball 45 times. You were 31 to 45, man. And that's not going to get it done. You need these young guys to get potential chance to go out there and show this franchise what they're capable of doing, man, so you can move forward, man. But the fans in Cleveland, man, they're frustrated with Kevin Stefanski and this whole Cleveland Browns organization. I see everybody in the comment section, #salute. Now, y'all guys get down in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all think about today's performance of the Cleveland Browns and Joe Flacco and these fans wanting, Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel to get an opportunity, but more so they want Shedeur Sanders. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. And just in case I forgot, tell a friend and tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.